On Sky Sports News. I'm Andy Scott. I'm joined in the studio by Gary Logan for a two-part show this week. Now, alongside Gary is a fighter who's just started camp for a huge rematch on November the 15th. We welcome Conor Benn, who's now no doubt eager for revenge against Chris Eubank Jr. Great to see you. Thank you so much for giving up some of your time and coming in today. I mean, that's probably an understatement, isn't it? You're chomping at the bit to get this rematch underway and get camp started. Oh,
mate, I'm excited. I live for this. You know, so for me, it's just a matter of going in there this time round and right my wrongs.
I know, because we've spoke on the podcast that you haven't actually watched the fight back with Tony Sims yet. But in which ways can you be better, do you think?
Just more disciplined. It's a matter of sticking to the tactics and the game plan rather than me going in there and trying to hurt him and inflict pain and damage.
Which is what we're looking at now.
So for me, it's just being more disciplined, more calculated, and punches in bunches. You know, for me, I was so eager to get in there and do some damage, which you could say I done. But, you know, for me, it's all about winning this time round.
How do you balance that out, though? Because you don't want to take away the spite and the ferocity that you did show, because I don't know how you view that, but that is one of your assets, that ferocity. Once the first bell rings, I know you've got to be calculated, but you don't want to take away the edge that you have got.
No, I'll always be that ferocious, dangerous fighter. I'll always be the fighter that puts it all on the line and takes risks, but it's calculated risks. It's going in there and fighting with my heart, fighting with my head, not my heart. And more disciplined performance, less emotion involved.
Yeah, because when you watch that, you can't say that you didn't leave it all in there. Heart, guts, even more for our entertainment. You guys both left it all in there. But if you reflect, not just on the fight, because the 12 rounds was brilliant, but the event, I don't think, you know, there's me sitting here, I don't see a world where we can ever top that. The Eubank arrival out of the car, it cuts to you and your dad. How on earth can we top that?
It was a movie, and I feel like that was a one-time and a one-time thing only, how everything just fell into place perfectly. It's one of them perfect nights of boxing. It is the real-life version Creed.
Yeah, because we're watching this now, and when we see you, it just feels like in this moment, look at these two walking through. How could they not be energised? Because I think a lot of people, when I was on the inside, I didn't know he was coming. Your reaction was very genuine with your dad.
I would have bet any money Senior wasn't turning up. I thought it would have been a hindrance to Junior with him turning up, but ultimately it was a sense of pride. You know, it was homage to our dads, to our fathers for paving this way for us. It's the first time this has been done in the history of boxing.
That's the shot there.
It's generational. You know, I'm like my dad, he's like his dad, and ultimately, if any man was going to turn up the way he turned up, it weren't going to be my dad. Yeah. That was Senior's role, and he played his role well.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything nice about him, but in that moment, were you happy that Senior was there?
I was happy for Senior. You know, it was. Listen, regardless of my beef with Junior, regardless of whether I like him, whether I think he's arrogant, and I just can't stick him. He's not my cup of tea. Not everyone in this world's got to be your cup of tea. He ain't my cup of tea. But having their father and son relationship mended, even if it was just for that night, what a beautiful thing to see.
Very well said. Do you think that he can be better in the rematch? My question is also, can you be better?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't really think about what he does or what he can do. You know, he used his tactics well, he used his weight, he used his size, and he come on strong in the later rounds because I felt like he knew he was losing the fight. And yeah, he done well. He done what he needed to do to win. Because ultimately, people saying it's a robbery, saying it's this. It wasn't a robbery. The better man won on the night. And that was due to my lack of discipline. Was I faster in there? Definitely. Was I more accurate in there? Did I look less vulnerable in there? I was up 30 seconds before the bell had gone either round. So when you sum it all up, you look at what went wrong there for me. My lack of discipline in my emotion. But ultimately, you listen, the better man won on the night. Do I think he can get better? No. Do I think he was great on the night? No. Do I think I let him into the fight because of myself? Yes. It's a me versus me.
You're listening intently there, Gary. Do you agree with that? Can Conor be better? And if so, where would you like to see improvement? I know that you felt perhaps you could have targeted the Eubank body earlier in the fight.
Gary, Don't give away the game plan here, right? Just saying. Just saying.
Let's go with that. He needs a certain detachment in himself mentally. He needs to go into this fight with a lot more focus and a lot less hate. Yeah? And that was indicative of the fight. In the last few rounds, Chris won on volume, and Conor was still trying to fuel him out there with one shot, fueled with hate. So we both know that, and Tony, I'm sure, will have said there's more shots needed. We heard that in between rounds.
Tony Sims,
Sims, more shots needed, more feints needed. Use that jab to create other opportunities rather than just trying to score with the jab, just touch him with a jab to get a reaction. They know what to do. This fight will be about who's much more clinical. Do I think Chris has got much more left in the tank at this level? I think the playing field is much more level than I thought it was going in. I had Chris winning within 8 rounds going in the first fight, and
Conor, that's not very nice, is it? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Come on, sit. Let's move over here.
Yeah, come sit this side. Leave him over there.
Come sit on the nice corner.
But may I ask you, because I think one of the things that probably swayed Gary going in was the weight. Yeah. So much was made, Conor, about the weight in the first fight. How much of a role does it play second time round? There was obviously struggles on the scale. I say obviously, I think you've got a different opinion. There were struggles on the scales and it was plastered over social media. Do you have a reaction to what people say about the stipulated weight?
The weight wasn't an issue in terms of negotiation. Even second time round, I thought the delay for September 20th not happening was because of the weight. So there was room for discussion on the weight. The feedback we had from their camp was the weight wasn't an issue. You've got to remember, he missed his first weight, which was the 160. He missed that. He's made it his whole career, so he missed it. Could it be for sympathy? Look at me, I'm struggling to make the weight.
But he did have to pay, what was it, £375,000 at the time, wasn't it? I mean, for sympathy, that's a lot of money.
Of course, some people do that. Do you know what I mean? He's mad enough to do that. Do you know what I mean? So ultimately, that's what that was. He made the rehydration clause, I think it was within £3. So the rehydration wasn't an issue either. In terms of renegotiations for the second fight, it wasn't a problem. It wasn't an issue mentioned. For me, going up 2 weights, I'm currently sitting now at 155, which is £10 over, well, just under £10 over welterweight. My natural weight. For me, I'm going to have to eat bricks to get up to the weight that we're fighting at on November 15th. But I still thought I would have had him anyway. So for me, forget the weight. Do you know what I mean? Although he went on the night, he felt bigger. I don't look at him and go, I felt like I could have knocked him out. I felt like he was vulnerable. At any given moment, I could have had him. But the moment never come because I never picked my shots. There was no shot selection. So it's just a matter of just using this experience now. It's that experience gained, lessons learned from the first fight. Now just being more disciplined.
Winning is all that matters. Like, that is ultimately...
No, now it does. It wasn't then.
Yeah.
It was a matter of hurting him.
Because I'm interested now that you say, I feel like if I picked my shots better, I could have knocked him out. But if I ask you, do you think you can knock him out in the rematch?
I'm not looking for the knockout. I don't even want to talk about a knockout. I see Johnny Nelson saying that he thinks I'm going to knock him out second time round. Everybody, I'm not looking for the knockout. I'm going to give you one hell of a fight. But ultimately, the priority for me is the win.
But do you mind if I prod you a little bit? Because saying it is one thing, and you were very emotionally invested first time round. It is very difficult to expect that you'll go out in front of that crowd again, that are baying for blood, gladiatorial type arena, and somehow you've got to find that composure not to get sucked into his sort of fight.
It's a bit of a hard one. It's a hard one, Andy, because I'd rather lose an exciting fight than win a boring fight.
That's interesting, because
then you sit
that's
down
exactly
there,
what happened.
Yeah, because then you sit down there and you go, did I even really win? I won, but did I really win? Not being funny, I see some fights following after that, and I'm just sitting there going, mate, what are you doing?
Because you flipped that, did you really lose? It was such a good fight.
I have a lot of people coming up to me going, congratulations, congratulations. You don't get a congratulation for second place, in my books. You don't get a congratulations for that. So do I deserve a congratulation? I'm going, I'm Benn, right? I ain't him. And you go, no, mate. And I'm going, mate, well, hey, I didn't win. So there's no congratulations, but you have to always be your harshest critic. You have to look in the mirror and go, am I happy with myself? No. Am I happy with this? No. Am I happy that I lost? No. Am I happy that I gave you guys one hell of a fight? I'm glad it lived up to expectations. A lot of people talk about it. When it comes down to actually fighting, are you actually about it? Are you about this life? Because I see so many fighters talk, but when it comes down to it, they're not about it.
Do you think, I mean, we haven't discussed this off air, and I need a director to tell me which camera we should go to, but can you give Eubank a message? You haven't come to each other yet.
I'm not doing this. Chris, I salute you, mate, and, you know, well done for winning the first fight. It takes two to tango. We both delivered. We both done what we needed to do, and I'm going to iron you out second time round. I forgot this is live.
Yeah, what a beautiful message, Gary, I think is what you said. What a beautiful message. Before we go, because we've only got a couple of minutes before you let you go, Canelo Crawford, it's a mega fight, it's a super fight. Where are you both at with this one, Gary, if you go first?
I've got Canelo winning, big at the weight.
Yeah, exactly, there's echoes here.
Just big at the weight, being longer at the weight. Crawford's, you know, he looks in tremendous condition. But I'm not sure if I mean, the game plan, I think, is to push Canelo back on the back foot. If he gets that success, then, you know, we're 60-40 in Crawford's favour. But I've just got to go with the man that's done it for so long at this weight so convincingly.
So he says 60-40, Conor, in Canelo's favour. Do you agree or disagree?
It's a hard one because you've got to say Canelo has fought at a higher level for a longer period of time at a higher weight. Also knocked people out the higher weight. The problem for me is the fact that he's coming up not one division, not two divisions, 3 divisions with no rehydration clause. You sit there and you go, well, you know, the weight is heavily going to play a factor. It has to. You know, do I think Crawford will be sharper? I do. But then again, Canelo's resume is Canelo's resume. Yeah,
I mean, it is some resume, isn't it? That's pretty much all we've got time for in this part. So thank you very much for coming in and joining us.